Hello guys and welcome to Trade with Raymond. My videos are strictly for education. However, if you want some entertainment, this video can also help you. Today I'm talking broker selection. Broker selection. It is 2024 and last year was a challenging year, and this year is also expected to be good and as well as challenging when it comes to the world of investing your money. We had domestic debt structuring in Ghana, and many other parts of the world also had their own challenges with money. When you need to or you want to invest your money, it's important to consider the broker you are investing with. For example, in Ghana, we have the Security and Exchange Commission that is responsible for regulating brokers, stock brokers, as well as the Ghana Stock Exchange and the Bank of Ghana. They are all involved in ensuring that we have a good investment ecosystem and brokers are doing their best. However, to choose a broker is not an easy task. Even though they are regulated, it's important for you to understand who the broker is in terms of who owns the firm, the management structure of the firm, and the workers, employees. You see, before we had this DDP issue happening in Ghana, I remember a friend of mine had just come from Europe, and he had another friend who was working with a brokerage firm who kept pushing him to buy some of these bonds. Later, he asked me, and I said, well, per the rules and per the regulations, your broker is not supposed to be pushing you to invest in something. And it became sort of easy. Everybody, or a lot of people who had some more than a disposable income, kept saying that this was a sure bet, and you can invest in this asset and you will not lose your money, is government backed and so on. Look, when you come to the world of investing, it's a special place, and it's not supposed to be understood by everybody. As soon as you see a product in the investment world that so many people understand, it means that it has come to an end. Because in investing, there's no holy grail. There's no sure banker investment method. So if you hear anything and everybody and a lot of brokers, a lot of firms say, well, this is where we're going to put our monies and make a sure return, it means that it is coming to fail. And it's common sense. You see, investment must be simple or easy, but not easier. It must be easy, but not easier. You understand? So if somebody is making it easier, you should be asking some questions, and you should be careful about your money. Some brokers use the power of suggestibility. They suggest to you that why don't you buy this, and they may not say maybe why. They will, in their conversation, they may be mentioning, and it's a marketing trick. They may be mentioning that asset, that stock severally, that equity severally. I had that situation some time back. So the question I asked the broker was that, have you got your skin in the game? Do you have money there? Where he couldn't say an immediate yes. It meant that he was just doing sales. In as much as these brokers are trained and they have certifications, they are glorified salespeople, and they are looking at selling in order to make a profit for their firms. And therefore, you do not need to depend on your broker to tell you which stock to buy. It is important that you do your own research. Hence, our videos are educational. So you have to listen and do some research to decide where you're going to put your money. Because for most part, people want it to be easier. People don't want to do any work. They just want to see an asset class and say, it's going, let's put our money in, and they drop their money in. So doing some homework is very important. First, don't let your broker salespeople push you. Secondly, when you decide to choose a broker, you need to check from the Security and Exchange Commission of your country as to whether that broker is in good standing. Some years ago, in some parts of the world, they rated them. And so if the broker had a low rating, you will know that putting big money there can be dangerous. And so you have to look at their ratings. After that, you need to find out whether they have good customer service. One of the ways of checking whether a broker has a good customer service is just take a telephone and call the numbers on their cards or the numbers on their website. I have done that experiment many times. It doesn't fail. Just about 10% of them are responsive. They will pick the phone. For many of them, it will ring the whole day and nobody calls you back. So when there's a customer service problem, you know that this organization, when you have a problem, they will not solve the problem. Secondly, you can shoot an email and wait for response. If after 2 days you're not getting a response, you will know that this broker is going to give you hell. Thirdly, the broker should be able to provide some report, some material by email to you, maybe daily or weekly, about the market, about particular movements. That is very important. It means that the broker is interested in research and interested in doing some work. So that's also very important. Now, when you come to other investments also where, people buy treasury bills and so on and so forth, we also have a situation where a lot of lazy investors also see it as a sure bet. What happens is that anytime you see an investment as a sure bet, especially government-backed investment, if it's sure, what will happen is that your money will lose its value, because you can have T-bills in some locations that will give you, let's say, 30% return per annum or 40% return per annum, but your inflation is 50, 60, 70%. So what is going to happen here is that you will get a return that has been chewed up by inflation. And so what governments will do is that they'll just keep printing more money. You should be careful if you have an investment that is continually oversubscribed. It means that people are lazy. People don't want to do any homework, and therefore they keep dumping their money into particular investment, and it gets subscribed all the time. So what governments around the world are going to do, they just keep printing money to pay you and printing money to pay you, and the paper money you are having will continue to lose its value. How painful is it? Let's say you make 10% and your inflation is 20%. It's painful. So it's important when you look at the world of investing, choosing the right broker, it's so important. A broker that is sensitive, giving you information in terms of articles, reports, market trend information, but not telling you where to put your money. Because you have to do some homework when it comes to investing. And so in this year, this new year that we are in, I would seriously suggest to you that you do some homework. You go to the various Ghana Stock Exchange website, whichever website you're interested in, go there and check and do some information. Now this look at. Now when you come to the international bit, we have platforms. These platforms are able to, you download them by your mobile and you can invest in any part of the world, you see. And you have Bamboo, you have Robinhood, you have Amana. There are many of them that allows you to invest in equities in Europe and America and Asia and so on and so forth. Ask questions. Is this organization properly regulated? Because technically they're just middlemen trying to use technology to make some sales for themselves and get some commissions. So it's important that if you're using these technologies, your local country or your jurisdiction should have some oversight over them. I remember during the British exit from the European Union, some people who were using this online platform had huge gaps, and their stop losses didn't hold and they lost a lot of money. And they wrote to the brokers for returns of their lost investment, which they didn't actually lose, but the technology failed. They didn't get their money. This is because locally their regulators, they don't have any relationship or any oversight or any working agreement with these organizations, and so they lost money. So it's important, if you go online and you choose an organization you want to trade with, find out, get this information. And also internationally, we have these organizations also giving suggestions. Some of their websites, they tell you we think this should go up and therefore you should invest in this. You shouldn't do that, because that's just a sales pitch. They want you to do that so that they can get sales. So this is very important. Selecting the broker locally or foreign brokers, you need to choose some work to stay safe. So thanks for watching. Subscribe, share the video, ask me your questions. I'll give you answers to them. Thanks and welcome to this wonderful year. Bye-bye.